fans take centre stage for a game that certainly rivals any other this weekend for intrigue and curiosity. Nuno out and Gin and back in North London for his first game in charge of Nottingham Forest. You couldn't really script him. Success.
The Emirates Stadium was supposed to be the stage for another glorious Arsenal performance, but instead, it became the center of controversy as fans, players, and pundits alike were left fuming over what many are calling a clear robbery. Once again, VAR and refereeing decisions dominated the post-match discussions, overshadowing the actual football on display. Arsenal, who came into the game full of confidence after their recent strong run, were left frustrated as a string of questionable officiating calls denied them what could have been a statement victory. From the very first whistle, Arsenal looked in control. Their midfield was composed, the defense was sharp, and the attack carried menace. Yet despite the dominance, key moments went against them, and it wasn't just about luck, it was about decisions that fans argue were blatantly wrong. The Emirates faithful, who had filled the ground with high expectations, could not believe what they were witnessing as the match unfolded. The turning point came midway through the first half. Martin Ødegaard, Arsenal's captain and creative heartbeat, was on the receiving end of a heavy challenge inside the opposition penalty box. Replays showed clear contact that impeded him from continuing his run, but the referee waved play on. To the disbelief of Arsenal fans, VAR refused to intervene. That single moment changed the momentum of the match, leaving Arsenal players visibly frustrated and their fans in uproar. The stadium erupted in boos, and chants questioning the integrity of the officials echoed around the Emirates. The denial of the penalty was not just about one decision, it was about the larger pattern that Arsenal supporters have become all too familiar with. Every team faces refereeing errors, but Arsenal seem to be at the sharp end of these controversies far too often. This latest episode felt like another chapter in a long book of officiating injustices. For a club aiming to fight toe-to-toe with rivals at the top of the Premier League, these moments matter. Dropped points due to poor refereeing can be the difference between winning the title and falling short. As the game wore on, the frustration only deepened. Gabriel Jesus and Bukayo Saka both saw challenges go unpunished, with the referee seemingly reluctant to blow the whistle in Arsenal's favour. Defensive fouls committed by the opposition went unnoticed, and tackles that bordered on reckless were waved away. The sense of injustice grew, not just in the stands but visibly on the pitch, as Arsenal's players pleaded in vain for fair treatment. What made matters worse was that Arsenal actually created enough chances to put the game to bed. Ødegaard, Saka, and Jesus all came close, and on another day, Arsenal could have scored 3 or 4. But when refereeing decisions kill the rhythm of the game and deny crucial opportunities, the narrative changes. Arsenal could have walked away with a comfortable win, but instead, they were forced to settle for frustration and bitterness. By the final whistle, the Emirates was filled with a sense of anger. The result felt less like footballing fate and more like a decision imposed by officials who had ignored the evidence right in front of them. Arsenal were robbed not by their opponents, but by the very system that was supposed to ensure fairness. VAR was introduced to eliminate clear errors, but it is increasingly becoming a source of outrage, especially in games like this. Fans left the stadium shaking their heads. For them, it wasn't just about 2 points dropped, it was about a broader narrative that their team is not getting the protection and respect it deserves. Arsenal have fought hard to rise back into Premier League contention under Mikel Arteta, but incidents like these undermine their progress. How can a team compete on equal footing when they are constantly being undermined by poor refereeing decisions? This is not the first time Arsenal have been on the wrong end of such calls, and unless something changes, it won't be the last. The Premier League prides itself on being the best league in the world, but the officiating continues to raise questions. Why does VAR intervene selectively? Why are obvious fouls overlooked? Why are Arsenal consistently at the receiving end? These are questions fans are asking, but answers remain elusive. The media reaction was equally sharp. Many pundits described the penalty denial as unbelievable and inexcusable. Some even went as far as to say that Arsenal had been robbed in broad daylight. That language may sound dramatic, but for those who watched the match, it captured the feeling perfectly.